Welcome to Trucks and Other Stuff, where we have fun with trucks, sometimes with cars, and always with tools. Today, we are going to be doing a transmission oil change and filter change on a 2000 Ram, Dodge Ram passenger van. As you can see behind me, it has the 5.9 liter gasoline engine and a 4-speed automatic trans, the one that loves to go kaput. This trans is not kaput, but the fluid is a little, it definitely has gotten warm before. So we're gonna change the filter in the fluids and see if this helps the performance of the transmission anymore. So that's what we're gonna do today. But beforehand, I wanna remind you of the different things that are going on in the channel right now. The channel is based on my F250 PowerStroke 6.0. So if you like Power Strokes, definitely stay tuned. We'll be doing lots of stuff with that truck. But also, don't forget to subscribe, because there is a 1,000 subscriber challenge, which will get you a free light bar, possibly. A random subscriber will get that when I hit 1,000 subscribers. So definitely hit the subscribe button, hit that bell so you get notifications, and then enjoy the content. But also don't forget about the description. In this description, every description I have, should be links to different things that I've done to my truck and stuff like that. Amazon links to those parts. So I put a leveling kit on my F250, and so the links to those items is in the description. Also a ball joint press, some other random tools, and things like that are in the description. Take a look at that. Please take a look at that. Click on those links, and that'll take you there. So now to the video. What we have here, like I said, is a 2000 Ram van. We like to call this here at camp the eggplant for obvious reasons. It sort of looks like an eggplant. It's colored like an eggplant, and it's sort of shaped like an eggplant. So that's what its name is. This van has the 5.9 gasoline engine, and it's mated to an automatic transmission, which is what we are going to be changing today. The fluid in that vehicle. So this is what you're going to need. I gotta get my tools here. So I have 5 quarts. I don't know if that's the right number. I do have more transmission fluid if needed. I have a couple of gaskets here for a couple different styles of this transmission. One should be the correct one. And then I also have, as you can see, the transmission oil filter. I'll do one of those. The only things you should need, as far as I know right now, is a 1/2 inch socket. I have a little extension there to get over the oil pan. But that's a 3/8 drive with an extension and a 1/2 inch socket. The transmission fluid that is needed for this vehicle is ATF4. And again, I have 5 quarts here. I don't know if that's going to be the right amount. But if it's not, we'll get some more. So let's go ahead and take a look underneath the vehicle and see what it's going to look like and what we're going to have to do. Okay, so one thing I forgot to mention is this guy. This is a large drain pan. You're gonna need a large one, otherwise you will leak all over the place. This is a messy job, not a clean job, a messy job. So I have both a large oil pan and I have cardboard, which I will adjust here in a second. So there is no drain plug on a lot of automatic transmissions, which is a pain. Apologize for this not focusing. I don't know why it's not focusing. Hold on. I think that's a little better. Anyway, like I said, there is no drain pan. There is no drain plug. So what you have to do is you have to take the pan off slowly and try to position it in such a way that the oil comes out a certain side, so you can sort of plan on where you need to put your oil pan. So, like I said, these bolts up here that are holding on the oil pan are 1/2 inch bolts. So we're going to go ahead and loosen those slowly. And I'm going to try to get this back corner here, probably this one over here, loosened first, so it's leaking out that corner, and so I can collect the transmission fluid the best way possible and the cleanest way possible. So we're going to go ahead and get to do that. And once I have it cracked open, I'll show you again how this is working. Here we go. So I got most of these cracked. It actually started coming out this side. I didn't want it to come on, so I just rotated stuff around so that the pan was catching on the correct side. So it's catching over here on the driver's side now instead of the passenger side, but it's dripping pretty good. I'm just going to go ahead. I'm not going to rush things, and I'm just going to let this drip out. It's a pretty steady drip. I don't know if you really can tell from the video, but that's what's going on. So I'm going to let this thing drain, and then we're going to get the pan off slowly but steadily so we don't make a mess, and then commence with our project. Here we go. Figured I'd show you where I'm at. So I got the pan off. Don't know if you could tell there, but I have the new gasket installed on the pan with a few bolts screwed up through the gasket to hold it in place. Up here is the tranny dripping out. All the fluid is drained. It's just slowly dripping excess. I still need to change the filter there, as you can see. That's right here is a filter. And we'll get that changed. And the next thing you'll see probably is the new filter. And then after that, we'll be putting the pan back up. So that's where we are. Pretty easy process as long as you have a big enough drain pan. Can get pretty messy here, but that's where we're at. Here we go. All right, so the new filter's up there. It was retained by 2 bolts. Both are a Torx bolt. Let me double check the size here. See if I can see the size on my... I think it's a 20. It's either a 15 or a 20. Torx and bolt. Just so you know, there's 2 of them. You can see the divots there for them. Right here and here. That's where those bolts go. So important to note there that there are 2 bolts retaining. And it's not just a compression fit or a pressed on fit or just a O-ring that goes over. It is 2 bolts, just so you remember that. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the pan back on, and I'm going to get those bolts tightened back up. And we're about done. We're going to have some cleanup to do and stuff like that, but next thing you'll see is the oil pan back on the transmission. So the filter is in, the oil pan is on, tightened up, and I have all the fluid that I have in there. So there's 5 quarts in the transmission. I did not drain the oil cooler, so there is some residual of the old stuff around. Just FYI, I do know I did that. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing started and see where the level is in just a second here. So let's get this thing started and we'll check it. All right, engine is running. Sounds a little funny, but maybe that's normal. I'm not too familiar with this vehicle, so we're gonna go ahead and go with that. Checking the tranny fluid now. Cleaning her off. This is really hard to do with one hand. Anybody's wondering. Okay. Now we're cleaned off. Cross hatches are there. Now I'm going to put it back. See if I can also do this one-handed. Alright. Take this out. This says I have plenty. Maybe. You can't really see it very well because it keeps on bouncing around. But I'm gonna go take it for a drive, and then I'm gonna see if it needs any more. That's where I'm gonna leave you guys off. I hope this was helpful. Sorry I didn't have all the correct tools at the beginning to show you. But again, the tools that you will need is a 1/2 inch socket and of course a rag, a drain pan, maybe some cardboard, and then also don't forget the, I think it was a 15 or a 20 Torx, one of the two, I forget which one it is, but you'll need those also. That is for the transmission oil filter. So definitely make sure you have those things and plenty of oil. I'm gonna go warm this up and see if I have the correct amount of oil in there. So thank you again for watching. Remember, don't forget to subscribe, 1,000 subscriber challenge. Don't forget to look in the description for the links there for different things I've done to my truck, and have a great day. Thanks for watching.